Good morning and welcome to episode 1254 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. Will is off today, which is why I did the yell, but we got Mark, we got Pat, and we've got a fabulous show for all of you out there today to get you through Hump Day. Hump Day.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wednesdays are tough, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? After today, it's all downhill.
It's first Friday after today.
Oh, it's first Friday. You're right.
We can't forget about first Friday, patented by us.
I forgot about first Friday, man.
Yeah.
You guys
Fail out of college day.
It's fail out of college day?
Yeah, Thirsty Thursdays. Oh man,
That's what
They had
Thursday did to me.
best deals on Thursdays at the bars.
No class
doubt about
Friday.
I wasn't like a
schedule.
Thursday. I wasn't a Thursday drinker.
Oof.
Wasn't still am.
Yeah.
Still a Thursday guy, huh? Still getting after it on a Thursday.
What do you mean wasn't? I'm
Yeah,
just
right.
retweeting the live because where are we? We're live on YouTube.
Is anyone going to say anything about my outfit? Nothing.
I love it. Is that
yeah.
Reza Ramon? Is that the bad guy?
Yeah, that's Razor Ramon. I gotta give a shout out to Low Life Louie for this hookup, dog.
Wow.
I mean, look at this, bro. Look at this. I got a Razor Ramon shirt. I got a Razor Ramon hat. He's my favorite wrestler. I'm living it.
Say hello to the bad guy.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, Razor Ramon's the shit.
So, how are we gonna do the news today?
Well, yeah, let me just say patreon.com/hardfactor.
Okay.
If you want to get extra content, blah, blah, you know, the spiel. But we are going to do the news today. Mark's going to tell us about some border crossings, crazy border crossings. Pat, you're going to tell us about what?
Well, something actually hilarious, and has to do with Trump. It's non-political, but it's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
I like
Yeah.
that. And I'm
Israel's
gonna-
mad at him,
Israel.
but not political.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, got any
I
thoughts?
don't know. I don't know if I believe you.
No, 100%. I'm not
political?
I'm not being facetious.
Okay.
I'm being seer.
And what you got, Wes? To close
I got a Kentucky gold in there, and there's gold in them there hills.
Oh,
and then I've
jeez.
got-
What a group of people to get riled up about treasure.
Oh, this thing ruined so many marriages. This
Drunk
find.
Kentuckians.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be so many divorces because of this one find. And then I got Japan Airlines is offering a new service that I think many people will be interested in, but sadly doesn't apply to us because we're too fat.
Self-fellatio.
No, not that.
We're
Okay.
not too fat for Japanese Airlines, dog.
Well, we are for this service.
Yeah, we are. I mean,
There's a specific. There's a weight limit on the service.
Yeah, there is. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
They just kill us like the whales. All right, let's do the news.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Carlee Russell. Talked about her pretty much every day the past 3 or 4 days. The woman who disappeared in Alabama for 48 hours after calling 911 saying there's an infant on the side of the road, and then she reappeared at her parents' house 2 days later. Remember her?
Right.
Yeah, I
This is
remember
this is the type of story that just gets a Dateline producer hard or wet or both at the same time.
Yeah. They're fighting over the rights to make 2020s, Datelines, the full-length movies for sure. Yeah.
I was on that note. I was thinking about what it's like to be a producer on Dateline because, like, you got to call someone whose family got murdered or their family member got murdered.
Hey,
Like,
how you doing?
Right. And after,
Hey.
like, can you really, if you're in that
Mrs.
job
Russell?
for a long period of time, can you really actually be sympathetic to them? You know what I mean? Or you're just trying to get the interview. It's a hard interview to get.
They can hear the horniness behind the phone. Like you're trying to be sympathetic, but you're like, how soon can we get over there with 13 cameras?
You said what? And she's missing
Yeah.
a toddler?
Oh, yeah.
Your wife was the 7th victim of him?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well,
Now, what was that
tell us all
line?
about it. Yeah.
She won a beauty pageant?
I think that's why Keith Morrison is such a king, dude, because he's just so calming, right? He's just the man coming in there. But, dude, I would love to get BTS, Inside Baseball, and Dateline producers.
Well, Carlee Russell who Wes
What
and
happened?
Will
Did she fake it?
Who Wes and Will said definitely faked the whole thing.
I didn't say
yesterday.
definitely. Will hinted at it.
Her parents told the news that she was abducted by a kidnapper. Let's hear from her parents, who backed up what the boyfriend said.
Probably in on it too.
Let's find out.
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. But it's okay. She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
So it looks like she faked it. And thankfully, it looks like there's no little kid, no imaginary little kid that was stranded on the road.
What a bitch.
Yeah. So more to come. More to come. But sounds like that's what was going on in Alabama.
A hoax, huh? Maybe.
Yeah.
Boyfriend said it was a kidnapper.
Well, he's in on it too.
Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And when I talked to you all on Saturday, you also said your daughter is a fighter and she would find a way back to you.
I felt that in my heart.
Is that what happened?
She did. She found her way back to us. However, we can't discuss the details of that.
Do you believe she was fighting for her life?
Oh, she definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life.
What a bitch. Oh, come on. Come on. Look, Will started that whole. Will convinced me it was a hoax, so that's where my mind was. I mean, I still said maybe.
For the listeners at home, okay. Obviously, that was Will's not on the show today. That was yesterday's clip that Mark intercut with the Good Morning America interview.
Well, she said people are online running her name through the mud, and then I just had to show you exactly what Wes and Will had to say about her yesterday.
You put Will ahead of me when you say that this.
He's not here today.
What was the news that broke yesterday that made Will say that she was definitely
a listener DM'd him that lives nearby, and he's like, everyone around town says she's full of shit. Everyone around town says she's full of shit. So then Wes and Will both just doubled down on that it's a hoax, which it may be.
Will did not. He did not make that declaration from a DM from a listener.
Will literally took the listener's secondhand advice to word, and then said something that would get you fired at Barstool, and then rehired a year later.
Thank God we're at Barstool. We both.
I can't believe we just exposed the way to get fake news on this show, too.
Yeah. If you DM Will, if you're a listener that says, I love you, Will, and you send him any piece of information, he'll believe you if you say you're local. Yeah.
Okay.
And clearly, I'll believe whatever Will says.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's not much better. The chain of command then goes from there.
It's a wrong Jacob's ladder. So, okay, well, watching that interview, there was some weird shit about that.
No,
right?
no. Everyone's like, why can't they expand on it? So,
well, let's explore that.
Is it because it's so big? Look, she either was abducted or the lie is too big and they have to go with her on it. Like, that's the two options.
Okay, so the one reason they couldn't talk about it, right, is if the police said, "Hey, we're still
defending the
investigating."
kidnapper.
Well, okay, well, police will try and not release certain pieces of information. We saw that with the Moscow killings that maybe Kohlberger did, where the dad was really frustrated and he was coming out and saying stuff. And what we didn't know behind the scenes is the police were like pretty close to arresting someone, and the cops were probably like, I'm so sorry you lost your daughter, but don't be out there saying that shit because you're going to blow our investigation. Why are they on Good Morning America first of all? Because Good Morning America came.
It's such a big story that everyone was asking them for information. At this point, they can. I mean, like, how long can they not give information out? Like,
well, they're just not giving on information.
This has become such a big story, right?
Agreed.
If this was like not a big story, and she was faking it, it would blow under the rug. It happened to get like Gabby Petito big real quick, right?
It did.
Is it a big story because everyone thinks she's full of shit, though?
I don't think so originally. No, yeah, I don't think so originally. Yeah,
because it seemed like a setup. That's it. Because when you hear the story, great headline, right? You're like intriguing headline. Then you get into it, you're like, wait a minute. She saw a baby walking on the side of the road.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like one of those like I hope we never meet creepypasta style, Reddit style stories that you listen to on YouTube or whatever. It's the perfect setup for like, oh my God, what happened to her? It's like horrifying, unsolved mysteries. You know, like
to me, it seems like the producers are setting up for a big reveal later down the road.
Dude, there's something
I
weird
mean, we
about
got you on camera doubling down. It's great. I can't wait to chop this up too in the future.
okay, let's
Keep it
examine
rolling.
let's examine the body language though. The body language and what she was saying. So the interviewer said, do you think that there's an abductor still out there? And the mom's body language was like, absolutely.
Yeah, the only
it was
part,
a weird response.
She was emotional, and that wasn't fake with it because that meant
of course not. It's his daughter.
But the one part I thought was kind of a little weird was when
she showed up to the house without calling the cops.
No, with the mom right there. When the mom was like, she was abducted, but we can't say anything more about it. Her voice and inflection changed more to like a pre-coached. She rehearsed that part type.
She'll go to jail.
Yeah.
Well, also strange part. She goes, she went through a battle physically, but then also went through a battle up here mentally, right, which leads you to believe
she was abducted by her own mind.
Hey, yeah. If you have a fucking psychotic break, that sucks
it's not
too.
a lie.
That sucks too. You know,
she was abducted by her sanity.
It's either she faked it or it's a family member, someone in their family, like a boyfriend, something. Yeah, something that's connected to them and they're trying to cover for.
Well, I've stepped in it too. So now we're all, better be a hoax now.
Listen, I really hope that she wasn't like, sexually abused or tortured and all that.
Yeah, it'd be better if it was a hoax, right?
It would be way better if it was a hoax. Because that means that she's fine. What
harm is really done other than a few people? All the people were like, oh no, I invested a little bit of energy into and who cares?
Right. Well, I mean, what if the parents didn't? Okay, here's an alternative scenario. They don't do Good Morning America, right? Does it die in the news cycle?
I think that causes too much. It's a tough one. No matter how you slice it, they're in a tough situation.
Because what they did on Good Morning America is not going to make less journalists hang outside their house. From what that weird ass.
I would say this: if she was abducted, wouldn't we want to get as much information about the abductor out as soon as possible?
Yes, but listen here.
So he didn't abduct again.
Also, listen.
Like if there was an abductor that abducted their daughter, wouldn't they be like, he's 6'2"?
But she said they were. She said there was an abductor out there currently.
He lives in a barn. She was blindfolded
from right here.
Why wouldn't they say all that stuff if there was an abductor? Because she's out there abducting someone else's daughter.
You're dead on. Imagine we don't hear the whole story. It's local news, right? So someone gets abducted. Local news. That's the extent of the story.
Yeah.
You're going to see a police sketch out immediately, and you're going to say, beware, right? Son of Sam style. He's going after brunettes. There's
more to the story.
Dye your hair, ladies.
Otherwise, they would demand to put sketches and shit out about this guy, or they already have him in custody, or like something weird's going on.
I think somebody in the news knows something might be fishy. They're going to go for a 2-for-1 here. They've already got great content out of this. Now, what's going to be even better content is when it turns out to be a hoax.
Dude, one other thing. Unless your child's arm or leg or finger is hanging right off and you don't want to potentially like completely sever it, there's no other scenario I could imagine that you don't hug your child, right? Right? I mean, like what are the clues there? She said, I couldn't really hug her because she was in a bad state. What does that mean? Does she smell?
Carrying scissors.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. I hope I'm not wrong on this, but
yeah, we spent too much time putting some bad tape out there.
I went a little too far up.
Yeah, we went a little too far.
I was joking.
You called her a bitch.
Well, that's because of Will.
That's because Will. Blame Will.
It's really on the listener to DM Will this bad info.
That new Will would buy whatever he said.
Down here at the bar, they're talking about how she's full of shit.
Yeah, local bar.
Will, Eric, can you put a live poll up about to see what the listeners think about this story, if it's real or not?
Right.
Let's
also,
get them
we set up a burner that starts sending Will fake information to see if he gets it.
Yes. But you have to be local. You have to set up a lot of different burners from like
Truthful Johnny.
Steve from a specific city in Illinois. He loves local people's takes on things. Speaking of updates, I was watching TikTok lives last night until like 2 a.m. And I saw PinkyDoll live.
She popped up. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
I haven't been able to see her live.
Gang. She goes on late. Gang. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good.
The ice cream. Oh, ice cream so good.
Strong girl. Yeah, she was on doing her thing.
Bizarre.
There's like 18,000 people in there with me.
Did you when you came across it? Did you like look and see if the door was closed? Did you like instinctually be like, oh, my wife shouldn't see me watching this, or is it like
she's snoring, she's asleep? But I mean, she wears an eye mask, like she's out. But
no, what's the vibe on the Pinky video? What vibes is it emitting?
Well, it was weird. I couldn't last very long on it. There's 18,000 people in there, and they were blasting the gifts. Like she was getting paid in there. And the other weird thing was like every other post was someone giving her phone number because they all want to bang her. So just like it was just like teens like sending out their phone numbers, like just like, you know, call me. And it was weird. But then see, I got caught in it because I was watching this drunk magician doing card tricks mostly. He was pretty good. He was just drinking scotch and doing card tricks, and he would fuck up every once in a while because he's getting really drunk. But then I scrolled and saw PinkyDoll, and then after I got stuck in the PinkyDoll algorithm, like everyone, man, woman, fatsos, uggos, they were all doing the PinkyDoll model where
they were all doing NPC.
Yes, and so any gift, like some like really big chick with huge boobs, they would send a basketball and she'd go, basketball, and then like her tits would bounce.
That's a good one, the tit bounce.
Tit bounce basketball. Everyone was sending her basketballs.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dude, I was thinking about it pretty hard after we were talking about why it's effective in some respects. We're talking about how like if there's something
we got to get on this, Pat. There was guys uglier than us. We got to get in on this.
Well, here's my thought. There's something to you being the user, right? Doing something, a contribution of a gift, a certain word, a like, whatever on a platform, and then something happening on camera where we're the broadcasters. There's something to that, like butt plug-io.
Yeah,
and
it is.
We got to figure it out
because it's a connection. They send you the message and then it's a call and response. I think I could do hot dog. They have a hot dog. I'll just be dog. And I'll eat a hot dog.
But Mark, there's got to be a way to automate something. So I want to look and see.
Put it on like AI it so I don't have to eat 300 hot dogs.
Right. Well, the automations. It's the fucking remember Nickelodeon when you get slimed? Like it was Double Dare, you'd randomly get slimed.
Slow down on the hot dogs, guys.
You need the hot dogs. Yeah, we can make that work.
We got to do it.
It's probably cheaper.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, probably a hot dog costs more than the gift. But okay, what's going on with the sliming?
It's not a sustainable.
No.
I want to figure something out though that's automatic. Like
like we would slime ourselves if they.
Well, you would get slimed, right? So the bucket's always above you, and then if X happens, but it'd have to be huge. We're
like gonna get all over the computer.
What about just nipple clamps? Electric nipple clamps. You just shock yourself.
Oh, finger my asshole.
Yeah.
All right,
finger your asshole. Shock yourself.
I'm start
gag your own throat with your fingers.
Yeah, something. Basketball.
Were you doing the math? Were you doing the math on what she was getting if it's 10 cents?
You couldn't do the math. It was like she's getting fucking 1,000 gifts a minute, 1,000 a minute. Just like
she can't keep up.
Oh, she could not keep up. No. Yeah. One was like a weight, and then she's like strong girl. Like she had so many.
But doesn't that kind of take away from like the whole point of it? Because you want to know, like, oh, that was my tip. That was my tip that made her say gang gang.
That's why you got to go big.
You got to go.
Right.
You got to go to the not pinky. If you go to the not PinkyDoll accounts, you can very much see when your tip goes through.
Oh fuck! Bro.
You gotta record some of those.
I know, it's so good.
Get the basketball chick to.
Yeah, I should have recorded the basketball chick. It was awesome. That would have been. She a big girl with old titties.
Was there a menu like OnlyFans? Where just like
I looked, I didn't really see it. It was like 1:30 in the morning. I was sober, but I was like not able to. I was like trying to go to sleep, so I didn't see like a key. Usually, I would expect to see something there, but maybe it was user error on my eyes. But I don't think so. No. I think you just have to send in a tip, and then they react to whatever tip you send in with their own little phrase.
Makes no sense.
I know, it's stupid. Yeah, there's no like instructions. It's just people doing it. Bad news, guys. The iconic 3-generation owned and ran Indiana pharmacy, I Heart BIRDDOGS, it's closing its cheeks for good. Oh. After 71 years, you guys want to hear the local news make several butt puns about it?
Yeah, dude.
Count how many butt puns are in this. It's a lot.
I'm gonna make that my NPC trigger.
Yeah.
There is no joking. Southern Indiana's BIRDDOGS is closing.
WDRB's Katrina Nickel tells us why the pharmacy decided it's time to end the longest running joke in Southern Indiana.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Corden staple BIRDDOGS, known for its milkshakes and other ice cream treats, is closing its doors this month after 71 years.
What more fun can you get than having a butt shake on a Saturday afternoon?
Butt liquor shelves, butt drugs, mugs, t-shirts, magnets, and actual drugs will be wiped clean.
Butt was the given name, you know, so you make it what it is. You make life what
Katie Butt.
It can be.
Katie Butt.
Have fun with it.
Third-generation owner Katie Butt Becker notified employees and customers this week of the store's closure.
It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made.
Butt Beckert says small drug retail stores are slipping through the cracks as insurance companies have reimbursed less and less over the years.
The small independents we can't sustain when we're at their mercy.
And while saying bye-bye to butt drugs and final hellos to customers even mid-interview,
the thing of it is though, hey Gary,
can feel like a kick in the pants. She's looking in the rear-view mirror with 71 years of endless butt jokes, some even gaining national attention.
They got butt drugs. They love butt drugs.
And celebrating the business her grandfather started in 1952.
This store will be closed permanently until we find a new idea or something different, a new niche.
And your last chance to walk
Pussy
out the rear
RX.
door of butt drugs will
Out
be
the rear
April 29th.
door. Did you guys see they flashed the founder, William H. Butt, in there really quick?
Ah. Butt face.
He's got a butt
man.
face. They got
I'll tell you
butt
what.
drugs. That's a catch.
I'm sad this is closing. If this was anywhere in Florida or near a beach, it's never going out of business.
Well,
but
yeah, it's ice cream.
No. Yeah.
look at all the merch they had though, bro. Like there was so
we
much.
got to order our I Heart Butt Drug stuff now because we have 2 months.
Right.
Or wait, did it already go out of business? They said April 2023. Isn't that in the past? I don't know if that's an old story. So maybe Butt Drugs is gone already.
It's probably out of business. Man, it got me thinking though. Like a novelty shop usually. If it wasn't in Indiana, right? It would it'd be crushing, dude.
71 years. Well, I mean,
You guys ever stick drugs up your ass?
Suppository, yeah.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe an enema, but not like a
Not like a
stuff.
fun drug.
No.
What do you do? Ecstasy, Pat? You stick some ecstasy in your ass?
Let me tell you a story here, Wes.
Yeah.
I got at one point in my life what's called an anal fissure, so a small tear in the rectum.
Oh, that's like an instant pipeline.
Well aware what an anal fissure is.
Yeah.
I know.
That's a
I
main
know,
line.
I know you know hemorrhoid Wes. So
Yeah.
Searching for anal fissure.
This is like I'm maybe like 24. We've been in Austin a couple years at this point, but I've never had a butt issue, so I like put it off for a long time. And I'm like, I just got to deal with this. So I go to the doc, and I take my pants off. I get in like the outfit where your butt is exposed, like the hospital gown.
He's like, you lucky bastard. If you put some cocaine in there, it's instantaneous.
And when
a tear like that,
With a tear like that.
I noticed there's a female physician, right, and a male nurse or PA comes in first, and about our age, and I'm like, yeah, man, I got this butt thing, I don't know what's going on.
He's like, me too.
Well, you know what he says? He goes, okay, well, it's not a big deal. Either let me get your paperwork turned in. Either I'll come back or the doc will come back. And I'm like,
I'll send
no,
it to
you,
Stacy.
make it you. But of course the doc comes in, and I'm like, I just spread wide open eagle, and she's like, no. She looks at my butt for like 1/4 of a second, and she's like, yeah, it's a fissure. Here's a prescription. So there's a pharmacy.
You could have sent a picture in.
I could have sent a picture in 100%, and I had them. You better believe, because how else do you know what's going on down there?
Right.
We don't have a hand mirror. So there's a pharmacy in Austin called People's Pharmacy, right? It's a small chain.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be dead honest with you. If you want to find some really attractive ladies who were my age at the time, you go down to People's Pharmacy. It's just the absolute
Hot
hottest
crazy chicks love drugs.
Well, so she the doctor prescribed me a compound that could only be picked up at People's Pharmacy, right? Because it was
Like a cream?
holistic. It was like a cream, Wes. It was called the Rectal Rocket, was the name of the medicine.
That's offensive.
Yep, and go down there with a prescription that says Rectal Rocket on it. Slide that across the counter, and
It's the same doctor.
Yeah, you could have driven through a Walgreens.
wait, no. Only get it at People's, bro.
Only at People's.
Yeah, because they make it. It's like it was a thing. It was like a golf tee.
It's a
gigantic golf tee that you shove up your ass.
They patented it.
No, it's a compound. It's a compound pharmacy. They only make it people.
There's a bunch of guys limping into people's.
She fucking,
You guys sitting on donuts in there.
Yeah.
I slide the prescription across for the rectal rocket, and I'm like, oh, God damn it. And they call my name, and then the woman looks at it, and she goes, a rectal rocket, and looks at me, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is the worst.
Said it out loud?
And she goes, do you have any questions about this medication? And I was like, absolutely
I do.
not.
She's like, because I do.
Absolutely not. It's like the worst experience of my life. Medical experience.
All right, so but that's
an actual drug. That's not a fun drug.
Yeah.
No, then you jam that thing up your ass, and
Right.
And then
It
it's like a
heals.
golf tee. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got like aloe in it.
It's like a wax golf
it's
tee.
It's an aloe golf tee.
So no fun drugs up your ass.
Wes, did you?
No.
But I bet you some people in rehab had some butt drug
Oh,
stories.
kidding me? It's their favorite spot to shove
Up their
drugs.
ass.
Yeah,
It's quite the hole. That
hits you
Main
harder.
Yeah.
A lot of nerve endings. A lot of
You guys
membrane.
Remember the kids that started like right after our generation started like putting vodka in their butts?
Butt chug.
Yeah, butt chug. Oof.
People died.
And
Yeah.
stunk. Oh yeah.
Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac, bro, when they were making Rumors, she blew her nose out. She did so much cooking. She had like a dime-sized hole in her nose.
So she put it up her butt?
One of the members of the band was blowing cocaine into her ass with a straw.
That's hot. Yeah, you got to be careful. But goes right to your blood system. How long will they mourn me? Machiavelli, the Don Illuminati, may finally get some justice. That's because the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police confirmed on Tuesday that it executed a search warrant at a location in Henderson, Nevada, in connection with the ongoing investigation into the 1996 murder of
Tupac Shakur.
Tupac Shakur. Thank you. How long will they mourn him? Dear Mama, you are appreciated. What do you guys think? Did they finally search P. Diddy's house?
Oh, you know it wasn't Diddy, dog. You know it wasn't Diddy, dog.
I didn't know P. Diddy had a house in Henderson, Nevada.
I mean, how many years was this? 90? It was 94,
96.
right? 96, man.
96.
Pretty long time for a murder go unsolved.
Yeah, they still got someone on that case, huh? What was the break? Do you know?
They're not giving out any information similar to Carlee Russell's parents. So
Can't talk about it.
Yeah.
No hugs.
No
Can't
hugs.
talk about it.
So what do you guys think? A nothing burger? Because this happens like every 5 years, I feel like, in Tupac case. There's like,
I don't remember
we got a lead. There's been leads. I don't know about search warrants. That's pretty big, but there's been breaks in the case every 5 years.
If you've got anything that has to do with Tupac's murder in your house after that many years, you are a fucking moron. Like if a search warrant is going to turn up anything.
I will say, normally it's like, oh great, 30 years later. Yeah. Right.
Hey, hold this.
It's like a handwritten confession, probably. Normally,
you know whose do-rag that is?
But if you took out Tupac, that's one you want to keep. That's a big takeout. But normally, like 30 years later, it's like, oh great, this person's probably old and decrepit and dead. But Tupac was like 20 something, so this person might be in their 50s.
Yeah, I mean, they could have a 16-year-old or something like.
Yeah, this person might be living like the high life and maybe should get put to under the jail for this. So hopefully they catch.
If they did it, they should certainly pay for it.
Tupac's like my Selena. My wife loves Selena Cantina Perez, not Selena Gomez. We named our cat Selena after her, and she was stabbed by like her super fan that ran her bank account, was stealing her money.
Yeah.
Tupac I love Tupac. I had a bunch of his CDs. So I hope they get him.
Selena, she was running the fan club, man.
She was running the fan club and stealing all the money.
That's why Selena got killed, because they busted her and they said, let's have a conversation. And
we know you stole all the money. And she's like, okay, I'll just kill you.
I'll just kill Selena. He was 25 years old, September 7th, 1996.
So someone could be in their 50s.
Yeah.
Unless they hired an old motherfucker to kill him. All right, the Texas border crossing is getting ugly. Remember the spiked buoys that we talked about that were just implemented in the Rio Grande? And we're like, they should do a game show. Look how gnarly those things are. They're like covered in barbed wire and shit.
Oh,
it is fucked up. The Mexico's not real thrilled about those barbed death buoys, by the way.
Yeah, because you drown.
You're not getting over it.
People be drowning, dude.
People be drowning.
Well, the update on that is people are also not thrilled, not even just, Mexicans in Mexico and the people crossing the border, but everyone's a lot of people are not thrilled, I should say, at reports that Greg Abbott is sticking to his no water breaks in the heat policy, where he's saying he's ordering Border Patrol to not give any waters whatsoever to any of the migrants. And also, it's being alleged that Greg Abbott is ordering, and Border Patrol people are turning little kids around in the water and pushing them back towards Mexico like they're swim instructors.
Oh my God!
Hey, and it's just like a little like a duck that's like it's turning them and just pushing them back out.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man!
Yeah.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just get in the water and just kind of turn them and just kind of push them back that way. Yeah. No water bottles.
What's worse than that? Getting pushed in the water, obviously good chance you're going to drown. Children are getting pushed in the water. Yeah. Or coming over and getting recruited by a DeSantis recruiter who is spending millions of dollars to find migrants to ship them up north as a political football. What's worse? To show up
I'd much rather be a political football.
Yeah, go chill in like the rich Massachusetts towns or wherever they're sending.
I don't know if it's chill. I don't know if it's chill, but yeah. You're up there.
Air conditioning.
You're alive. You're not dog paddling to save your life.
I would rather do that, Pat. I will say this. I know there's a problem at the border. I don't know how to fix it, but pushing kids back into the water is not the way to solve it.
That's terrible.
That's not good. Not cool. I don't know how to solve it though. I know there's an issue down there. That takes us to
the cream of the crop.
Play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it played, Mark.
Delay on my thing. Got to get the new plug-in. And today's top story is about the U.S. soldier that went AWOL, reportedly, maybe, and crossed into North Korea, where he was detained. You guys hear about this?
He went across the DMZ, man.
That's right.
Fuck, bro.
Was he Korean?
No.
U.S. service person, right?
U.S. Army guy, private second class Travis King.
Korean American?
No. American. Travis King. Private second class. The DOD said that he's been in the Army since January 2021, and he was facing disciplinary charges. So he was going to get in trouble. And there was like kind of like the scene, how I interpreted based on the description I read was, have you guys seen Bloodsport? Of course, right?
Yeah, man, of course. Bloodsport. Come on, Bloodsport.
Yeah, Bloodsport, one of the best movies of all time. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
JCVD Bloodsport.
Right, the Kumite. And so Jean-Claude Van Damme's at the Kumite, right? And remember, he was kind of like needed to be in the Army as in his country, and they sent the people to go get him.
Yeah.
During the Kumite, and remember the scene where he chased him around the airport and stuff, or like he ran around because he was like about to be in the finals, and there was a scene where he was like running around and going through like airports and all that stuff, and he eluded them. That's apparently what happened with Travis King. He was in the Seoul Korean airport with like military personnel about to be disciplined, and then he just kind of slipped them, and then he got into a tour, an organized tour, as like a civilian, like not in his fatigues or whatever in his outfit, and he was like, oh, what's this tour like? And then he just slipped the tour and went across the DMZ, crossed the mines and into North Korea, where they're like, what are you doing here? And they arrested him.
Okay, so which is worse, being disciplined for, I think it's assault charges in the U.S. Army, or defecting to North Korea?
Must have been pretty serious charges if he's going to go into North Korea. Because remember the last U.S. guy that got detained in North Korea?
Yeah, vegetable.
Yeah, Otto from Charlottesville, and they just turned him into a vegetable. They returned him. They're like, we don't need him. He's kind of annoying. It's hard. It's not fun torturing him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you can't send guys that think they're big jokers over to North Korea, and you can't send guys that like love a gag over to North Korea. Gag over everything, guys,
because they don't get them. They don't get the jokes.
Yeah, he stole a poster of Kim Jong, one of the Kims, and
he wrote, "I heard butt drugs." Yeah. Yeah, he was just trying to do a gag, and it was late petty theft, and they tortured him and turned him into a vegetable. But after this guy gets detained, North Korea launched apparently 2 ballistic missiles into the coast by South Korea.
Directly into the ocean.
Directly into the ocean, like they like
direct missiles into the ocean.
Yeah, they keep launching missiles into the ocean, and
it's exactly where we meant to shoot them.
Yeah, like,
we hate that spot in the sea.
It was like a fireworks display after they detained him. And that came like a day or so after Kim Jong-un's hot sister, Kim Yo-jong, would
relatively hot sister.
She's pretty hot. I would absolutely do her crazy ass. Threatened the U.S. to stop antagonizing them. She's like, stop antagonizing us, because the U.S. and like Abe Lincoln or whoever was like, North Korea shot a ballistic missile into South Korea. This is like 2 days into the sea near South Korea, and they're going to continue to do it. And she came out and she's like, "Stop antagonizing us!" And then they shot 2 more missiles into the sea.
Dude, if I was North Korea, because they have a propaganda ministry, all communist nations do. If I was North Korea, I would put it out. I would make it be known that our number 1 enemy, the sea. Number 2, United States, right? But number 1, the sea. Because it would make us look badass. It would make those missile tests so much more threatening.
Way more successful.
Right. If they were talking about maybe they hate whales or something.
There you go, which is believable. Yeah.
Right.
Bringing it to
like a monster is coming out of that specific, like an American monster. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like Godzilla type thing. But what about, or like Kim Jong-un's father was like drowned at sea by the sea type thing. Like, that's how he really died. They found out.
Right. Yeah. Let's take it to an internet comment. Stephen S. says North Korea is fighting a secret war against whales. Exactly, man. Yes. Exactly.
And you could spell that SEACRET. Secret.
Think about how much more seriously we take them, right? If we thought that their missiles were hitting their intended target.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to, but what do you think about the antagonizing comment? It's a real chicken and egg. Did they launch those because we antagonized them, or were they going to launch them and we were right?
No, they make up antagonizing so they can launch them. That's how it goes.
You know what they're like? They're like a shitty spouse in a custody battle, right? They only live to hurt us. Like that's their whole existence.
Yeah. What's the fable where the king's like the 2 women are claiming the kid, and he's like, "All right, we'll split him in half," and the one woman's like, "Deal." The other woman's like, "No, she can have him." And he's like, "I know you're the real mother."
The Judgment of Solomon.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We gaslight the shit out of North Korea.
Is that from the Bible or is it a fable?
Let's see. The Judgment of Solomon.
I'm not real good on my Bible stuff, so I think all those stories are fables.
I don't think so. No, it's a.
Is that a fable?
It was in the. I guess it
probably
was
in some Bible.
Is that a wives' tale?
Yeah, what is that? What is that? Aesop's fable?
The Hebrew Bible. It was in the Hebrew Bible.
Okay. All right.
You say we gaslight North Korea?
Yeah.
And they gaslight us. It's
How?
big gaslighting.
How?
They gaslight their own people.
Well, because they say that we do fuck with them, okay? And
how do we fuck with them, dude? Like we fuck with them in their mind because they're a crazy ex-girlfriend that we're fucking with them, but we're just living our lives, dude.
I mean, I feel like we're doing something to fuck with them, don't you?
What are we doing? We're putting sanctions on them because they're nuts. They're all they're trying to do is get a fucking. The only reason they want nuclear power, right, to launch somewhere, I don't know, slightly better than the sea, is so that we pay them. It's just a ransom.
I like to think for their own citizens' sake that we exaggerate a little bit, because if they're just not feeding those people at all,
no, they're really starving them.
They're not, dude. You know what's funny about North Korea? They did a deal with Volvo once, years and years ago.
Big deal.
In the 90s, and they got like a fuck ton of Volvo. So if you go to North Korea, like one of the only cars on the road is Volvo.
Oh, I was like, look how skinny they are. We can fit 13 of them in here.
Diesel Volvo.
They stuck them with the bill. They never paid Volvo. Oh, shit. And they said, "What are you going to do about it, Volvo?"
Yeah. Yeah, tell us. We'll put it on a missile and shoot it into the sea. The invoice. We'll shoot that invoice right in the sea.
Oh, we'll eat it, Volvo. So the soldier guys, he did 2 months in a South Korean prison on an assault charge, and he was getting.
What, do you have a North Korean cellmate that was like, "It's not that bad over here"?
Well, like I guess you're stationed over there. There's a big base over there, but if you I guess he went out. Maybe he's on leave and committed assault. Because otherwise, you'd be in a court martial. You'd be
the
in
disgrace
a
of like dishonorable discharge, maybe a few months in jail in the U.S. is not worth torture in a North Korean prison.
Unless the assault was rape.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Like, unless it was rape 1 or something.
But then the Koreans are sending him home back to Fort Bliss, right? So you got to think to yourself,
are they already agreeing to send him home?
That's what it was. He was going to Fort Bliss. The South Koreans were sending him home.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but North Koreans we have to negotiate with. Are we going to negotiate just to get him and then ourselves punish him? It's like a negotiation. Who can punish him the most?
Right. Take it to the internet real quick. Live internet comment. Carl Croft said, "We fuck with North Korea like they're an elementary school bully, but we're in high school." I kind of agree with that, but more like a poor kid and we're rich. Like, we bring lunch.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they have to watch us eat that lunch.
You're both right. Right. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be that guy in North Korea. Don't defect to North Korea. You're supposed to go the other way across the DMZ. Anyways, that's today's cup of coffee, brought to you, of course, by BIRDDOGS. get a fucking pair of bird dogs, you sons of bitches, at birddogs.com/hnews. Get a free tumbler and a pair of bird dogs right now. Do it.
Hell yeah, man.
Right now.
What's that URL again?
birddogs.com/hnews. Free tumbler.
H-News, baby. Okay, so there's obviously a big political story today related to the former president, Donald Trump. But we're not going to talk about that Trump story. We'll see where that shakes out, right? If you missed the news, Jack Smith.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
special
Trump
counsel.
and Biden political news. Who cares?
Yeah, Trump got a letter saying
way more
he
fun was the death buoys and the kids getting turned around, right?
Right. He might be indicted. But that's not what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about a Trump-Israel situation that has nothing to do with politics whatsoever. So, but it's fucking hilarious. Okay. So obviously the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, document situation. There's almost always unintended consequences of a raid, right? Like this guy who may have killed Tupac's house got raided. Maybe he had nothing to do with Tupac's murder, but maybe he's got some other crime that he committed that he.
How many people bragged about killing Tupac? Lying, of course. Like 1,000, do you think? Over under 1,000. Over under 1,000 people like drunkenly trying to like brag about having something to do with it. I'd say 1,000. That said to that.
I don't know. Because he's so well respected.
Yeah,
Tupac
that's like
was.
a death
Not on the East Coast.
You're right. Not on the East Coast. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the Mar-a-Lago raid took place, and the FBI is looking for documents and stuff. And it turns out something else was found at Mar-a-Lago, right, during that raid. Now, it's not a crime, right? Because I'm pretty sure the law is if you raid someone's property for a certain reason, you find another crime, that would be a violation of the Fourth Amendment to use that evidence for the crime that you weren't raiding for, potentially. Something like that.
I don't know. That seems like the seatbelt law. You pull someone over for not wearing a seatbelt, then you find drugs in the car, it counts, right?
I could be wrong.
If you had probable cause for one thing, I think
if you find dead bodies, you can use it against them.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Guys. But what was found in Mar-a-Lago were ancient artifacts that belonged to Israel that should not have been at Mar-a-Lago at all. So not only did Donald Trump take some documents home from the White House,
this is really old.
He took some 12,000-year-old lamps or something that belonged to Israel that apparently got loaned to the White House 4 years ago, right? For like a very short-term basis during a Hanukkah menorah lighting, right, in 2019 at the White House. Is the Israeli National Treasures Collection loaned them this lamp, okay? And I guess there was a guy there who's a major donor to Israel who was supposed to collect them, and he didn't get them. And then COVID hit, and we can't get them back to you. Okay. And lo and behold, Trump took these ancient artifacts to Mar-a-lago. They're just hanging out there.
Off. This is Abraham the Ones. Abraham won.
Israel loves these lamps. They'd really like these lamps back. Israeli officials recently learned that the antiques ended up at Mar-a-Lago because of the raid. And the current director of Israel Antiques Authority said he contacted the Israeli Foreign Ministry's affair and the strategic minister, Ron Dermer, and the former U.S. ambassador, Israel David Friedman, being like, help me get these lamps back, guys. They're priceless artifacts, and we need them. And they're getting the runaround, apparently. So Trump does not want to give the lamps back.
He's trying to keep the lamps?
He's trying to keep the lamps, dude. I mean, you got to think that if you're the fucking president, you got dudes at your disposal. So, like, when you're, like, I'm moving out of my house right now. If I had, like, a fucking ancient artifact, I'd be like, and I had a guy, if I was the president, I'd be like, all right, Jerry, also make sure that gets back to Israel. Because,
grab that Jewish lamp.
Grab that Jewish lamp. Rub it. See if a genie comes out. No genie.
Yeah, it's got to be good luck for something.
Bring it with us. It was a gift. They gave it to me as a gift.
That's awesome.
Oh, man.
I would take some stuff for sure.
You would take some stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from the White House, yeah.
Oh, I would take shit from the White House for sure. That's ours. Like, that's the United States'. But, like,
I don't think he knew they were on loan.
Look at what England does historically with taking things. Everyone takes things. I mean, come on.
Things. We all take.
You didn't, but it's a difference.
No, he needs to give them back. He needs to give them
But someone loans it to you. It's a loan. Like, hey, you guys can borrow this.
Yeah, but A lot
it's
of
also
things
priceless.
get loaned that are not.
Listen, no one told Trump, hey, these are on loan, don't take them. He just started taking shit.
Right. I'm sure that's the case. I'm
I'm
sure he
not
was
giving.
like,
I'm not giving back Abraham's.
yeah, that lamp looks really old.
You telling me this is gonna piss off a bunch of Jews? Okay, I got it.
I would say RFK was more offensive to the Jews who you see his family came out against him today or in the past couple of days.
Yes,
they very much disavowed his statements. His sister, his nephew, they're like he's insane, and we don't agree with the last 50 years. The Robert F. Kennedy Foundation is everything it stands for. He's ruined with his comments.
But like, I understand now in the context why they were saying that they were like fucked up and anti-Semitic, but when you listen to him speaking, he doesn't sound like he was trying to like sow the doubt that the Ashkenazi Jews put together COVID and made themselves immune
because
he's
calm. Because he's calm, it's okay.
Because it's so slow.
Because it's slow, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think he's right, but it didn't seem hateful.
RFK is like that. Everyone's kind of got one in their family, without a doubt, if not multiple. And it might be on either side. If you're like a mostly Republican family, you got someone that says a bunch of Democratic shit, the far left on Facebook. If you're a Democratic family, you got someone that's far right that says, but you got a crazy relative that says shit that's inflammatory and fucks up the Thanksgiving dinner. RFK is the ultimate family member that pisses people off and they have to deal with it at Thanksgiving. Yeah.
And if you're
he's like the most extreme version of that relative anyone's ever had.
Right. And he's the most ripped, so you can't stand up to him.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot. There's no way.
Yeah. Heard you had something to say about what I said.
What did you
say about me? What did you wanted to say? I'm right here. I'm right here. You can say it to my face.
He's got a condition, guys.
The
steroid abuse.
The Jews and the Chinese made COVID.
What is wrong?
Dude, stop it. Trump comes over and is like, you know, we got something in common. You wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Come over to my bathroom. Take a look at these lamps.
Jews are taking hits from both sides.
They were in the bathroom, the lamps.
Woo.
Were they?
Yes.
That's awesome. I want to see what they look like. I bet they're gorgeous.
Ancient ceramic oil lamps.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I'll see if I can't find a picture.
We gotta do an RFK Thanksgiving sketch for absolutely murder.
All right. More RFK to come. I'm sure we have heard the last out of RFK.
Who wants to be the RFK impression guy on the show?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All of us.
Yeah. All right, guys. I know it's a few days old, but we got to do it because I can't think of a bigger dream coming true for anyone than a man from Kentucky finding gold on his farm. I mean, it's like a Texan striking oil. It's like a Mexican getting across the buoy obstacle course.
Imagine the noise that they would make.
Oh my God, it would be incredible. Well, unfortunately, the video I'm going to show you is not what was
that noise? Oh, I think a Kentucky man just struck gold.
Yeah, you hear it from miles away.
It's like the exact opposite noise of the people on the boat that were nautical people that watched the whales getting slaughtered.
Oh, the conservationists.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's literally what dreams were made of. And one Kentucky man has just made himself very rich and probably ruined, like I said, many marriages across Kentucky because he found a hoard of gold coins on his own farm, his own land. And now every bumpkin with some land is going to be tearing that shit up day in, day out, trying to find their own hoard. And the man, who is still anonymous, posted a video on YouTube of him out of breath while he, with excitement, as he dug out the now famous gold hoard. And here's the video.
This is the most insane thing ever. Those are all $1 gold coins.
Holy
$20
shit.
gold coins. $10 gold coins.
He's having an orgasm.
I'm still digging them out. There's one. Coins. 2, 3, 4, 5, coins. 6 more gold coins. This is real.
You can't get the words out.
Coins.
Oh, last time was you saying coins.
Yeah.
Coins.
You sounded like my 2-year-old son, man.
Coins. So,
in the world. Let me tell you again what they are. $20 coins.
So
These are coins.
He found a shit ton of coins, 700 Civil War era gold coins, what collectors are now calling the Great Kentucky Hoard. And as you can see, he was very excited. He probably knew what he had on his hands, and what he had was a collection that some people are saying is worth over $2 million. So check it out. Here's the entire collection that he found. As you can see, a lot of $1. And then I believe those big ones down there
They look British.
Are the rarest, which is a $20 double eagle.
The double eagle?
Double eagle, yeah, minted in 1863. And some of those are have sold for over $380,000 at auction, depending on their condition.
And he found multiples?
He found a few of them. Yeah, it looks like it. So now, of course, he's selling them. You can buy your own of the Great Kentucky Hoard online. They're almost sold out.
He's got a website already?
No. So I guess he gave him to a government.com, which is a coin dealer, and they're selling the coins for him.
So he already got. And he'll take a cut.
He'll take cuts like an auction, I guess, like Sotheby's or some shit. So
that was fast, dude. That was really fast to fucking. When did this happen?
Because he wants to get rid of it, because he doesn't want to end up like these two morons, the Paradas, who got their gold stolen by the FBI. Remember?
I love that the son looking at his dad like while he's reenacting it, like you fucking asshole, Dad.
Yeah. The PA.
There's nothing better than the fact that the Parada's business name is Finders Keepers.
Yeah.
I know.
And it was a lie.
Yeah.
No, Wes, it's still fast. I bet he's getting a divorce, right? That's when people sell shit, right? It was when they're getting divorced. I bet.
I mean,
because they'll still come for it. They'll come for the monetary value.
He's trying to keep his bank account up with how fast he's filing for divorce.
Well, Pat, he's also cashing in on the media attention that it's getting, because what better way to cash in on a hoard than to cash in on the media that the attention it's getting? Because if you're a gold collector, these are worth more than just I got a piece of the Great Kentucky Hoard. Like you've seen about it in the news. Here's my coin. That kind of shit.
This is divorce. This is divorce.
Look though. You can buy the coin with monthly installments if you want to, for as low as $331 a month, or you can pay up front $1,000.
You see this coin right here? This $1 coin? Yeah. I financed it. Put it on a credit card.
Yeah. Great.
One more payment ever made. Hey, it spends too. Hey, don't spend it.
It's a Kentucky Hoard coin.
Yeah.
So are we lucky bastard? Coin. Hey, we're gonna win the $1 billion lotto.
That's right. Yeah. Patreon.com/HardFactor.
Did you get me in on that?
Yeah, you're in on it. Yeah. I mean, okay. Listen, we'll scare you a little bit probably, and I'll tell everyone, and maybe it'll be a court battle, but
don't forget who your go-to legal finder is. You come to me, I'm going to figure the whole legal situation out if we win.
I have dreams.
Scare you first.
Yeah, we'll scare you. I have dreams about it. Don't worry.
What are they like?
Like I have to call everyone, and everyone has to fly in to appear for a big photo at the Texas Lottery office.
Well, no, here's where Wes is going to have, because I have anxiety over it, and all based on his conversations, I know what's going to happen.
Driving there.
No, because you post all of our numbers, which you should, to the chat. So someone's going to notice we won and put it in Discord. And at that point, now, a couple hundred people have seen it, and it's going to only go from there. And in Wes's mind, he wants no one to know about it while he's figuring out what to do. If he would win it personally, he wouldn't tell us. He wouldn't tell anyone if he won it personally, while he figured out how to not die and cash it in. So Wes's nightmare starts the second someone puts it in Discord that we won! !
Yeah, and then I start getting Cash App $4 that are too late, and I have to say
the late Cash App.
I have to say sorry, but you're not.
Yeah,
you're not.
And then those people might murder you.
Then they might murder me. Yeah.
Then you're worried they might murder you.
I'm sure I've promised someone way back a few months ago, like, don't worry about it, I got you this time, and they'll use it against me in court, like he said he had me, like that type of bullshit.
Right. And then that's like a four. Oh, fuck you! Don't put me in that boat, bro. How soon? Let's say we won the lotto tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
How many
$1 billion
people?
lotto?
How many people are in on the pool?
So
Like 25,
right
20?
there's about 25 people in the pool. 25-ish. Yep.
So let's say we win, and then the boys get together, and we need a 3-day grace period, a buffer essentially to like figure things out, get a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
How many wives of Hardo Hive members do you think we'd hear from between winning and those? I guarantee you a couple wives would come out.
I would say even more than wives.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
lawyers, brothers,
yeah.
Not lawyers. That's not Hive style.
Parents.
It'd be a wife being like, I just want to make sure it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
would we still do the show or take a week off? That's the question, because I would still do the show long term, but will we take a week off while we figured out what to do with our millions of dollars?
I think more like a month off. Maybe.
I think we'd do something really dangerous immediately, like hang gliding,
Yeah, because then when we did the show, would people be like, if we didn't do the show, people would be like, now they're not doing the show and they're not cashing us out. Then they're going to come kill Wes. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the lump sum would be $386 million after taxes, which seems low.
No, next one is going to be more than that. Because last one's 900 million. This one's over $1 billion. It's going to be like four.
I put in $1 billion. I put in $1 billion on this one.
Okay, it'll be a little over 400 million cash.
Anyway, it's going to be great.
When do we know
taxes?
If we won?
Wednesday.
Yeah. Taxes. Let's say you're walking out with 250 million clean, divided by 25. That's
Texas has 0% lotto taxes.
That's not.
So, Texas, yes, there are states.
So you're saying that the
federal, you pay taxes, but state taxes, no lotto tax in Texas.
Some states have a double tax, Mark, a lotto tax plus the income
Gotcha.
tax.
Well, you're walking out with between, depending on what state you're in, 10 to 12 million.
Right.
If there's
Each person
people.
gets 10 to 12 million.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be great. So yeah, there's the gold, the Great Kentucky Hoard. Pretty cool. That's great for him. $2 million just from digging up some shit. Last story of the day, guys. What's the worst part about traveling for you? Let's say you're going on an international trip. What's the biggest hassle for you?
The plane, sitting on the plane.
Sitting on the plane. The actual traveling, Mark, it doesn't like.
The traveling.
The traveling.
Yeah, I don't like the
any aspect of the traveling. Is it just the sitting on the plane? Is that what
the packing, the fighting with my wife on the way to the airport, the
packing,
outfits.
We get in a fight every time until we're on the plane, and then it's perfect. That's a perfect vacation after that. But I drive her nuts with trying to get to the airport early, and she drives me nuts with it's hard. Getting to the airport is a fucking trip every time in itself.
It wouldn't it be so nice if they just would ease you and just get there early? I mean, would that kill them? Would it? I don't know.
Apparently. But then when I ask them that, then it compounds the situation.
Right.
Apparently.
Exactly. Oh, crazy.
Would it kill you? I say, would it kill you to just get there early? And then she yells.
Would it kill you to be on time?
And you show up with her and her fucking hair dryer and hair straightener in your bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, in your bag?
You hit on one of those things though, the packing, right? The matching outfits. Well, Japan Airlines seems to think that is the biggest problem. Packing your own clothes is one of the biggest hassles a traveler can endure. That's why they're trying out a new service to people flying to Japan on their airline, a partnership with this company called Sumitomo, and they're offering customers the option to skip all that unnecessary packing and simply rent clothes when you get to Japan. Okay, how's that sound? Renting clothes when you get to Japan. Yeah. Well, the company is called.
Why don't you just bring a carry-on with like one outfit?
Because then you don't have to bring anything, Mark. You don't have to bring a goddamn thing. You just show up like a baller. Like, where are you going? Japan? Where's your suitcase?
This is the ultimate rich person amenity.
Is it though? Because the way they dress you is not exactly like a rich person. The company is called Anywear. And so far it's only offered passengers flying to Japan.
Anywhere twice?
Anywhere, like WEAR. Anywhere. WH.
Terrible business name. Horrible business name. It's horrible. Any business name that has that you can spell the words differently or it could be confusing.
Yeah.
It's shitty. Because how are you going to Google that?
So what you get for the low price of around $40 for 2 weeks is 5 tops and 3 bottoms. And there's what you get.
That's not
the
great.
schlubbiest, like it looks like what they hand out to like Africans. You
look like a teenager.
Like you get a swoosh. Maybe you're lucky you get a swoosh.
It looks like what the U.S. Border Patrol puts on the kids when they turn them around and push them back.
Yeah.
Why does it say 2022 Super Bowl winners Philadelphia Eagles on one of the shirts?
That's like all the leftovers.
Look at neon green shorts. Look at here's another pattern.
1994 World Series champions.
Yeah.
They dress you like a 90s Bama.
Right.
You know, like a
chain wallet,
like a middle school Bama.
Yeah. Stoozy.
Yeah. Here's some more of the men's collection. And
it's terrible.
The women is not much better. Here's some of the women's.
Yeah, let's see the women's. Let's see the women's real quick.
You don't pack it and they just give it to you?
Yeah. So they what they do is they deliver this to your hotel. So you tell them where you're going to go, where you're going to stay. They deliver this to you. You have 2 weeks, and then I guess you return it to them somehow. It's kind of like
so you
like
don't bring
sticks.
So
like
you don't bring clothes at all. You
don't bring clothes at all, because why would you bring clothes if you can? You don't bring a little bit of clothes. You just don't bring any clothes at all. Then you rent your clothes.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Right.
For that, put the women's up again. The top right is the ultra religious collection, all earth tones and long sleeve pants.
Yeah. You're not getting any collection.
Yeah. It's like the Sheen collection.
Right. The husband protector.
Why would you even buy nice clothes if you're not going to bring them on your nice vacation?
Why would you buy nice clothes?
Like, why do you own nice clothes to begin with?
Oh, I don't know.
If you like collect nice like clothing, like Pat gets this Razor Ramon shirt, he's not gonna bring it to Florida. He's
Shout
gonna
out
wear
Low Life Louis.
He's gonna wear the anywhere instead of the Razor Ramon shirt in Florida. What's the point of that?
So
why do you get the Razor Ramon shirt?
It has something to do with like saving energy. It's like some kind of conservation effort to to rent your clothes versus bring them. I don't know. Gas, the plane takes more fuel. I don't know. I don't exactly know.
Stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid, isn't it? But you'll notice. Yeah.
Rent the Runway. You guys familiar with this?
Yeah, my wife has used that a bunch of times for weddings, and
that's
for like a specific dress. You don't do a whole. You don't do a whole vacation's worth. You get like if you can get like specific dresses for specific evenings and stuff like that. Like
you can do it all. You can do the whole shebang.
Okay, so so this is like a rip off of Rent the Runway, but this looks like a full package though. It doesn't look like they do one outfit.
But okay, let me put this in perspective for you. You ever get a new shirt, right? Maybe when you're traveling for an event, right? You get a new shirt. Imagine if you had 5 new shirts. They were all designer,
but
right?
those all aren't designer.
Yeah, I mean they need to get a new buyer.
Those are all butt.
Yeah.
I don't even see any underwear.
How come I can't click on it? Oh, wait,
what do you pack? You going no underwear this whole time?
What's that policy? What's the underwear policy, Wes?
Frequent. Okay, so rentals. How long can
anywhere, no underwear?
I can't find my size. Oh, by the way, it only goes up to size XL because on the website it says, "Dear fat American pig, we don't offer clothes above XL because we don't want you to sweat all over them, you fat pig." And also
don't have enough cloth.
Also because we know you'll get stains on them because you eat too much food. Go to Malaysia if you want to be fat and sweaty.
Piggy stench don't wash out.
Piggy.
You're lucky we went XL. We got a big debate about going XL.
Yeah. Are the rentals cleaned and washed? Yeah, they're cleaned and washed. I don't know about underwear. I'm sure you don't really have to report if you didn't wear underwear. Oh yeah, I want to show you
so you have to pack a bag with like underwear, belts, socks.
Yeah. Yep.
This is just tops and bottoms. You still bring a bag.
It prevents you
from
much smaller, a carry-on. You can travel with a carry-on wherever you go.
So when this thing shows up late, or does it show up before you travel, or it shows up?
It shows up at your hotel.
When this thing shows up late, you're stuck with a bag of underwear.
So here's reduce your carbon footprint. That's what this is all about.
Oh, I'm sure this totally reduces them shipping this on their own planes to you. Totally reduces the carbon footprint of your one bag. It's a net loss. It's a net neutral. What are they like running it there? Are they running the bag? Yeah,
that's a good point.
The plane's already going.
What are they talking about?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So and then they have to wash it.
We go to local. We call local thrift shops to bring you shitty clothes.
Exactly. I bet you SoftBank's the investor here. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that's what they're trying out for only Japan, only for travel before August 2024. So if you're going to Japan, you want to rent this, you can do that.
Okay. Pass.
Yeah, pretty weird.
Can't fit in them anyway.
Stupid.
Exactly.
Stupid,
They're not for us
stupid.
anyway, Mark.
Good.
All right. Well, that's that. Let me bring up the wheel.
Can you do another RFK impression? People were asking.
No.
You want to hear?
Hey, you want to hear a joke about COVID and the Jews?
All right.
What's wrong, nephew?
a rabbi and a Chinaman walk into a bar.
All right.
We got a paywall show.
Yeah,
We're gonna nail
yeah.
RFK. We're gonna do a whole half hour on RFK.
Let's get him.
Yeah, let's get Bring up
I
the
got an idea.
I got it. All right. Present. Share screen. Wheel. Sharing. Boom.
You know, RFK is married to Larry McDavid's wife from.
Cheryl?
Yeah,
Cheryl Hines?
he's married
really?
to Cheryl Hines. Yeah.
No shit. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't
He's
know that.
jacked and probably has a rod on him.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get over here. It's
I'm gonna toss you around.
I'll give you
Imagine
this
how veiny it is.
rod.
All right, stop.
We gotta stop it.
You gotta
we gotta
can't-
stop it.
He's got
Here we
disorder.
go.
Stop.
Oh, Mark will have your coffee again.
Jesus. 3 in a row. We got a poll. Hold on. We got a poll.
Oh yeah, poll. What's the
hoax,
poll?
The hoax. Is it
Oh yeah,
hoax
here
or
we
not?
go. Let me add it.
Click on it.
Yes, it's a hoax. 68%, 32% said no. Okay.
I think they would describe the abductor to the public.
Yeah, she was 5'6", African American female.
Yeah.
She drove.
She was seeing things
yeah,
like infants.
uh-huh.
Anyway, that's the show.
Hope we didn't offend you.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hope you enjoyed the show. I
Yeah.
thoroughly did.
Yeah.
And we'll have another one for you tomorrow. Until then, have yourself a great fucking day.